Hey, what's up, guys? This is Syfax, and it's going to be the top 10 games that I, and probably you, should have never touched for the 360. And hopefully you didn't play some of these. Disclaimer, Judgment will not be on this list because I never played it. But everything else I did play, that would easily be up there because, I mean, let's be honest, it's Gears Judgment. That game sucked, so...
I paid $70 goddamn dollars for it. $70 for this thing. You'd think for that you would buy a game that would have fun. But fun in Gears 2 is sold separately. But I don't think there's any store that sells it. Now, if there's anybody out there, anybody, that can direct me to the fun, what store I can buy the fun in for this game. Because fun is apparently sold separately with Gears 2. Where the fuck is the fun? What gets me? I can't keep doing this, alright? Look at my controller. Look at... I smashed it. It's in half. Look at... Guide button. B button for the faggots. Y button to quit games and go to the dashboard. The X button. The X button's to pick up weapons that you can, and we're back to... hit with the B button. The A button. The A button is, to dive, because apparently, rolling is faster than running.
Let's get right into the list. Summer of Arcade last year. One of the games is hyped up because it's a PC boot, or whatever the hell the saying is, coming out for the 360. And that's Counter-Strike Go. Alright. So Counter-Strike Go comes out on consoles. People are hyped. I buy it after getting the trial. I thought it was sick. But for some reason, I didn't realize how awful the aiming is on that game. It's probably the worst controls for a multiplayer shooter ever as far as just the right analog stick goes. It is completely atrocious. No sensitivity works, and it feels like you're not even controlling your character. And on top of that, you cannot play the game in party chat. That's like a double fucking whammy. People have learned since Modern Warfare 2 that you can't just make people not play in party chat. That's a no-no now. It makes sense for search, when in reality it actually doesn't make sense for search because there's team communication at events when they're playing search, and that'd be funny if they couldn't talk to each other at the LAN when they're playing search. If they died, that'd be hilarious. But you just can't do it anymore, and that stacked on with the aiming was an easy waste of $20. At number 9, TV show turned game, Prison Break. Absolutely atrocious. The story is god awful. I can't even remember who you play as. Maybe what? No, it was not. What the fuck was his name? His name was Mike, right? Wentworth Miller. Michael Scofield. Damn, I'm botching that. You do not play as Scofield. His breakout happens along with yours, I'm pretty sure. And I can't remember the story. All I remember is the awful, awful, awful AI and just gameplay in general.
Hey, Becky.
Hey, Louie. How are you?
Easy like a truck stop hooker.
Can I help you with something?
Well, my uniform pants are getting kind of tight.
We can't have our officers restricted in their movements.
That's what I was thinking. It's a security matter.
Come with me. I'll see what I can do.
Some of the worst ever. The lines that some of the characters say are so bad, they're actually pretty damn funny, but it doesn't mean you should spend money on this game. And one of the achievements was to beat the game without ever being caught, and if you got caught,
We're gonna get caught.
you had to dashboard to keep your achievement going, and the checkpoints were every hour, and oh my, I spent so much time just trying to get that stupid achievement for the 1,000 gamer score. Not worth it. Number 8 is a game that I actually uploaded a trailer for back on my Syfax43 account, and it got, I think, around 40,000 views, and that's Legendary, that came out probably back in 2009 or 2010. Some of the worst controls ever. I gameflied it, and you know, the trailer made it look sick. There was like werewolves and giant birds attacking people, and it looked like a pretty dope game. But it's just, you know, the controls are extremely important, and there was literal button delay and reaction delay in the controls. You could tap a button and it wouldn't happen for like a good half a second. I'm not playing that piece of shit. Are you kidding me? So I played that one for like a half an hour and put it right back in the GameFly envelope. Number 7 is one of the games that I was super stoked for that came out in, I think, last year's Summer of Arcade 2, right along Counter-Strike. And that's Resident Evil 4 for the 360. But there was one minor problem. Aiming was with the left analog stick. And you can't change it. Why? You know, maybe it was like that on the PS2 and GameCube. But for fuck's sake, change it or something, man. I'm not gonna play a shooter where, to begin with, I can't move and shoot at the same time, much less aim with the left analog stick. There's no fucking way. Played that for like an hour. Can't do it. Number 6 is a group of games. If you ever put a game, or if you ever put one of these games, let me backtrack a little bit. If you ever put a Transformers in your game that's not War for Cybertron, you are doing it wrong. Dark of the Moon. Absolutely horrible. For some dumbass reason, I thought it was made by the same guys as Zero and WFC. I got max rank with all my characters in like an hour of gameplay. That says it all about the multiplayer. Campaign, horrible. Revenge of the Fallen and the movie game, I'm sure were terrible, but I've never played them. And then Fall of Cybertron comes out, and I could just tell from seeing the footage, they fucked it up. The HUD looks completely different. The health system was completely different. It looked a lot like Halo 4, to be honest. And they completely ruined the potential of that series, and it's just awful. Number 5 is a game that a few of you trolls want me to upload, and I think I have it still in my GameFly case that somewhere on here. Let me know, like for real, if you want to see this game. And that's Need for Speed The Run. So fucking bad. Hot Pursuit is sick. The first Most Wanted was really, really good. The sequel was decent, you know, it was playable. But Need for Speed The Run is absolutely garbage. The story is so pathetic and boring and uninteresting. The gameplay isn't good at all. You cross America in like 3 hours. It's terrible. Number 4 is a game that I unfortunately made Vaccine spend $60 on. Resident Evil 6. What the fuck is that game? Why? The trailers were sick.
And as our weapons failed, our hiding places diminished. And they drew nearer. We turned to hope. But she had fled.
I mean, that's fucking awesome. If you just zoom out and just listen to that's sick. So I was like, okay, this game's gonna be good. It's got a good trailer. But one of my strong beliefs about trailers is if you see a trailer a lot, like, I mean a lot, the movie's probably gonna suck. Okay? Perfect example, After Earth. That trailer was fucking everywhere. Every 2 seconds. That movie blew asshole. Okay, Resident Evil 6 trailer, a lot. A lot. Even another game that's gonna be number 1 on this list. The trailer was a lot. Okay. But yeah. Resident Evil 6. 3 different co-ops to choose from. Leon. RE4 Baller. Wesker's fucking like nephew dude. Can't remember his name. Jake. And Redfield. Fucking Schofield. Chris Redfield. We choose that one. Oh my fucking god. It was one of the worst ever. Trying to get through those 5 chapters. It was just god awful. The controls of that game, just the HUD, the objectives, you have no idea what the fuck is going on. The enemies that have like armor and can like armor up and they have guns. Love when zombies have guns. Really fun. The friendly fire melee combat where you can knock each other over. Super fucking sick. The game is just awful. Too bad we played as Chris Redfield. We should have done Leon or Jake. And I ended up trying to play that game a couple weeks ago. I played it for like maybe 6 minutes. And I was like, this is just bad. And I sealed it up and turned it in for like $10. So, Resident Evil 6, no go. Coming in at the number 3 spot is a game I'm still trying to play right now, and that is Assassin's Creed 3. Now, I know I said Assassin's Creed is sick, but Jesus fucking Christ, Assassin's Creed 3 is horrible. There was one good moment, and that was a twist in the beginning. Everything else has come in complete shit. The only thing besides the twist that I like is the running and like natural athletic animations of the character you play as. He looks like he's really good at what he's doing. Everything else is terrible. The combat is underwhelming compared to other Assassin's Creed games. The gameplay and story is terrible. And like even like the map and the HUD and just really small things are just absolute shit. Like it's one of those games where it has to change screens every time it goes to a cutscene or something, like white flash for like 3 seconds. And there'll be times where there was like 3 different missions where you had to walk 2 feet to activate the mission, and just going back and forth, it just takes you out of the storytelling so easily because you can just tell it's so fake. There's nothing is natural about it except for the way that you run. He looks really athletic. The game itself is fucking horrible. Coming in at number 2 is, I think, without question, the worst storyline in a game by far times 1,000 million, and that is Injustice Among Us, Gods Among Us. This game could have the best gameplay ever, the best online multiplayer ever, and challenge mode, all of that shit, characters to play as, but the story mode of the DC comic characters, it's the worst ever. It starts out and the problem occurs because the Flash isn't fast enough to do something. Let's just think about that for a second. The Flash not being fast enough. The speed of light, alright? I've known this since I was born because my dad tells it to me all the time. The speed of light means that he can run around the world, and that's how fast he is, and that's how fast Superman can fly. And a lot of fucking OP dudes. You can run around the world 7 times in 1 second. Okay? 1 second. It takes me about 1 second to say 1 second. And he would run around the world 7 fucking times. So you're telling me that the Flash couldn't go for some random spot in like Gotham or wherever the fuck they are to like the park to where it happens fast enough? You can't. And the whole Superman thing being evil and the duplicates and the the introductions before all of the characters fight and the outros and intros are so fucking bad. When Cyborg fights himself and they're both on their little computer thing trying to give each other like viruses and shit and hack each other, it is literally painful to play. It was literally a struggle for me to beat it, but I just wanted to see the ending. And that shit went back to GameFly real quick. The worst story mode ever. But it's not number one. You know what's number one? It's not a Call of Duty game. It's not, an actual bad game. Well, I mean, all of these games are bad, but it's not like one of those rare, like, random-ass bad games.
Oh my god, they were all looking at me. They said, "What? Fuck you. Fuck you, Cobra Status." You said, "Oh my god."
No, come on. Who the fuck was that? Who was that? Josh, you fucking, you're doing it wasn't me! No! It wasn't me! I'm on the fucking stairs camping, bitch! Calm the fuck down. Who was it? Okay, honestly, who was it? I just want to know who was it. Who the fuck is it? Josh, it wasn't you, wasn't it? It wasn't you, wasn't it? It wasn't me. I was who was it? Okay, who was it then? Who was it? I'm not gonna get pissed. I just want to know who it was. I just want to know who it was. Who the fuck is it? Who the fuck was it?
Do what? What happened?
If you know who you are, you will know what happened. Who was it?
What's this talking about? What?
Ice Gunner. Did some guy try to shoot YouTube at you?
Oh
And he shot it so close that it bounced off the floor. And the mother. Okay.
I watched you get
Maybe. Oh, so what is he? You fucking illiterate fucking ape of brain fucking dumbass cunt bitch! My fucking god! Ice Gunner, you were right next to him. He jumps, misses a noob tube, fucking lunges 300 feet and you run right past him? Are you playing with your eyes closed? Are you playing with your eyes sewn shut? God damn! I'm 5'11" because my teammates run right past kids, missing noob tubes, jumping straight in the air, and yeah. Gotta love that Modern Warfare 2, fucking game of the year right here. Oh, that's my vote for Cheesy. Fuck like bitch. Am I recording? Oh, I am perfect. That's on the tube for show.
Yeah, you like how they have A and they just are not. Yeah, that kid is the. Oh, so bad. Honestly, dude, what the fuck, man? So fucking sick of Africa. Oh shit! Where to God?
Delta, you got a friendly Cobra inbound. UAV online.
Oh my god.
Halo 4. One of the worst games ever made. And one of the most disappointing, franchise ruining, just heartbreaking, pathetic form excuses of a first-person shooter, it is the fucking worst. And it didn't even start out that bad. Me and Snake were dominating King of the Hill. And we were both using the DMR and the jetpack. And just absolutely shredding kids. And then they take King of the Hill out. And we had to play other game types. That game is so fucking bad. From just the weapons and I don't even know where to begin. Where do you? What's one good? It's just okay. Here we go. Let's compare it to the League play. All right, Halo 4. You search, you find a game 4v4. All right, you're about to play actually 5v5. League play. Somebody backs out. It restarts the search. Halo 4, you can back out without having to sign out or dashboard. And the game won't restart the search. You know how many times we were searching and our teammates left and the game started 3v5 and we lost because of that? So many times. So many times. And this is the competitive shooter for the Xbox 360. It was the fall of Halo because of Halo 4. You know, 343, oh, it's their first shooter that they're going to ship and all that shit. Oh, they saved Halo Reach and tried to fix it with no bloom, no sprint. You know, oh, Halo 4 is going to be fucking sick, man. The worst ever. Don't even get me started in the story mode. Probably not one of the worst, but one of the most boring and unengaging story modes I've ever played. Honestly, with Cortana, and who gives a shit? I don't really care. She's probably not dead. The Chief talks the entire time, and all the other Halos never fucking talks. Alright? Okay, but this is when it really gets good. This is why it's really number one. Alright, let's look at the top 25 Xbox 360 games ever made by IGN. And I don't know if these were all exclusives because they didn't really set out any rules. But I know that Halo 3 was an honorable mention. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Halo 4. Let's just fucking read this paragraph and tell me what's wrong with it. 2012... Okay. 2012's return of Master Chief vaults straight to the number 3 spot in the list because it represents everything the Xbox 360 is all about. Huh. Powerhouse graphics. Seriously, this game is wow-inducing and light years prettier than Halo 3. Who gives a shit? Brilliant audio. Sound design in particular is top-notch. Huh. Oh, that one's funny. Incredible first-person shooter gameplay. I couldn't even say it with a straight face. Incredible first-person shooter gameplay. The weapons feel fantastic. That's an entire video on its own. Unmatched online play and functionality, and yes, exclusivity. Did anybody get fired off because of that? Do they still have their job? Or did they get paid by Activision and whoever the fuck publishes the game? Okay, we're halfway through. Master Chief is our guy, and his 5-year absence only made our hearts grow fonder. It hurt my heart, to be honest. That startup developer, 343 Industries, did such a phenomenal job taking over for Bungie. Only makes us even more optimistic for what they'll deliver in the future. It makes me fucking horrified. So where do we really hit this? Represents everything on the 360. Powerhouse graphics. Halo 3 had some of the best graphics of all time just because of its clarity and the colors and the distinct feel towards it, where Halo 4, everything is white. The only proof you need is just comparing Ragnarok on Halo 4 with Valhalla on Halo 3. It's completely different, and Halo 3 just looks so much better. It might not run at 60 frames, the graphics might not be the best in campaign, but multiplayer wise, it has the best graphics multiplayer game I think of all time. Another point I just thought of, a couple months ago, Halo 4 modded game types came out that made the Halo 4 Spartan actually blue, because the shipped Spartan is like lavender or Cobalt, those Halo 3 armor colors that were really, really light blue. That's what the Halo 4 Spartan is. And people actually modded the game type and game to make the Halo 4 Spartan blue team a darker blue. That's how dumb the graphics are. Brilliant audio. Sound design in particular is top notch. Okay, the BR, 5-shot at launch. You know why the BR is 5-shot? Because it sounded like a fucking water gun. That thing had no bass and no power behind it whatsoever. It literally sounded like a toy gun. The DMR sounded sick, and it fucking raped you. The BR sounded like a pussy weapon. Okay? It literally did. And let's not forget about online play, where guns would literally not make noise near you. You could be shooting next to somebody, and it would happen maybe once every couple games, and their gun wouldn't make any noise. You wouldn't know they were there. Like, that can't happen. There are no silencers in Halo. The audio is fucking terrible. Maybe not terrible, but those two aspects are awful, okay? They're awful. These kids are awful. Alright? And then incredible first-person shooter gameplay. The weapons feel fantastic. Yeah, the weapons must feel really good when you can't get knocked out of the scope. Yeah, every weapon fucking rapes, obviously. Incredible first-person shooter gameplay. Incredible. I mean, they only played the campaign and a little bit of multiplayer. What was so incredible? Watch the video review. I'm not going to fucking link it, because fuck them. You can search it up. It's 7 minutes and 57 seconds long on their site. It's like they played a different game. And then you have this sequence of 5 words right here. Unmatched online play and functionality. What are the chances that they were trolling? Because it really is unmatched. There isn't anything worse. As far as, like, that we're making Halo 4, we're bringing the Chief back. It doesn't get any worse. There was Gears of War 2, but that was a sequel, and they fixed it with Gears 3. This is Halo fucking 4. We've done this 4 times, plus Reach. Unmatched. And functionality. It's one of the worst functioning games, like, ever. The playlists are horrible. What? Function. The kill cams literally don't work. There was game-ending kill cams the first day that they scrapped because they didn't work. Functionality. Unmatched. Unfucking matched, dude. Oh my god. And this is the first time I've ever seen this review, too. It was a couple days ago. So, I wish I had saw this review, and I wish they wrote this when I actually still played this game, because all that shit would be fresh in my mind. Like, the fucking bolt shot, dude. The bolt shot was in this game. A secondary that could kill you in one hit from 30 feet away. That's a good idea. Let's do that, dude. Let's do that. Let's fucking do that, dude. Let's put view kick in Halo. Let's do that, too. Alright, I'm fucking out of here. Halo 4, don't. Let's just wipe it away from your memory like it never happened.